We are live.
What the buck is up, every pony?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to our deaths.
It's not that bad
Welcome
this
to
week.
die.
Ponyman, welcome to die!
I'm glad you remember that too.
We're unlikely to die. We were invited here.
You were,
Yeah.
though you have been given some circumstances that will result in your death should you breach those circumstances.
Yeah.
Basically, everyone just sit on their hooves and don't touch anything.
Very much so.
Now,
If
we-
I was playing, if I was playing a dumb character, say, wait, what? Or were you holding something?
Now we've
Make
been
sure
given
you're in
permission to browse the courtyard, and we all have escorts who will likely stop us before we do anything foolish.
Well, you have, as a group, have an escort, and Wishful Pen has her own personal one.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's staying very close to you, Burnt.
Fair enough. Yeah, he'll ensure that nothing happens to her.
Is it 4:35 in the afternoon?
It is. It will be, yes. Let me unpause the game and let things keep going.
Okay. Milk Thistle is gonna stand off to the side. He's going to burn a mythic surge point, and he's gonna cast Sending. Is anyone trying to interrupt him?
No?
Nope.
All right.
No one runs over to you, weapons drawn, to stop you or anything like that.
All right. Well, I posted it in the timeline there, so he sends that message.
Okay. So,
I should probably send you these messages before the game starts, that way you already got the response typed up.
don't think much more than that is needed. So,
I cannot read that.
of course,
Milk's
I always default to
Yeah.
Sylvan.
While this is going on, Alexandra is going to explore what areas he can explore, because
You were not given any specific areas that you could. You were just told not to go to any areas you're not supposed you're not allowed to go in. So you're assuming that because they haven't given you any proper indications, they're probably well marked.
yeah. So he'll at least, you know, if someone stops him, he'll stop, but Hey, last time he tried to get in here, he was arrested, so
Yes.
he wants to see what all the hubbub's about.
Are you just staying outside in the courtyard?
Yeah, for now, and at least taking a good look at the courtyard.
Milk will return, and he'll walk with Alexandra.
Alright, as you guys explore the courtyard, you will find that it is a rather pleasant sort of, obviously, garden picturesque type thing. There are areas where somebody can obviously quietly reflect. There's a few fountains, numerous different types of plants, as well as a few very nice looking trees. There are a number of priests and stuff around that you can tell, and there's a few individuals who look like the scholarly type. But there's also those who appear to be kind of wearing more battle attire and stuff, and they look like blaze priests. But you also see other guards scattered around the courtyard that are obviously clearly dressed in the city's guard uniform.
Mm.
This strikes you as a place where perhaps the scholars and stuff come to just relax after being inside for such a long period.
Yeah. Where the nerds hang out.
Yeah.
It's quite nice here.
Yes, except for the possible possible death that might come if you put your hoof in the wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do have to hear this. The pony we need to talk to out. So let's just try to keep our noses out of trouble.
Just to remind me, why are we considering Iliana out again?
She invited us here because she believes she can help us on our mission. We're going to hear her out. It's also an opportunity to have open communication with Silver Dream, which is rare on its own.
Not to mention that this place is generally locked out from everyone, so I'm at least curious about him here.
I have an extremely bad feeling about this. Hopefully it doesn't go south.
Oh,
Well,
Your skepticism is good. It'll keep your mind sharp.
well, I was hoping that it might just be all nice and friendly and there's nothing goes wrong.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just despite stepping your hoof in the wrong place could get you executed. Yeah, very friendly.
well, it's always a good idea to have an air of caution about us, and sometimes it's not a bad thing to have paranoia. Sometimes, just not all the time. He sort of looks about a bit. As much as I don't like this place myself, we do need to speak with the pony in charge. Well, the one that invited us, at least.
Well, when you look around, you can clearly see the Wishful Pen's personal escort a few steps away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just gonna protectively wrap a hoof around her just to be like, just say, hey, I know you're here to escort her, but you don't have to worry.
Yeah, he
I
doesn't.
got it.
He appears to be not showing any emotions other than just standing there doing his job.
Ah, so he's being stoic. Okay.
The one who's your escort, or the group's one, is giving you guys a little bit more space, but is close by.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, there's different levels of threat involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll spend our time relaxing and exploring the courtyard while we wait then.
All right. So you've got to be good guests and wait. How good of you.
Yep.
All right. So some time does pass, and you will hear the chime for 5 o'clock occur. Once the chiming ends, a pony will approach you. Not in armor or anything like that, but wearing sort of more wizardy type robes. Comes over to your group
No, I'm joking.
No, don't. Okay.
I'm joking. I don't.
Bows their head towards you and and goes. Uh, your audience with. I have actually just.
Archmagus, Grand Sorcerer, Dream Sword.
Yeah. I was like, wait, I need a full title. Is.
You named her.
Yeah, I know. So, let me start again. Your audience with Archmagus, Grand Sorcerer, Dream Sorrow, is ready. If you follow me, I will take you to her throne room.
Thank you.
Very well.
Very well. Thank you.
He takes you into the Citadel. So there's a lot. The Citadel is actually. It's not like bustling, but you do see the odd individual there, and you also do pass a number of rooms. Not like it's not like narrow corridors or anything like that. It's quite a large, open, grand sort of thing. When you've got a room to a door, they are large, big double doors that would easily be able to accommodate an Antean walking through them. In some of the open rooms, you can see what looks to be like vast libraries or odd alchemical laboratories. Some doors are closed, and some of them do hold some very interesting decoratives on them, like carvings within the wood. Some of them seem to have fairly standard, common sort of pony designs that you would see in the city and have seen in like the palace and stuff. And there's a few doors that sort of are a bit more twisted with more like skeletons or decaying sort of creatures on it. But you are led past all of these. There is also guards scattered around sort of fairly spaciously, but every so often you will spot another one of these large golem creatures that you saw near the by the front door, basically. Their heads do turn and watch you as you do walk past.
Yeah, as we walk past Alexandra, it's just gonna make sure we have a head count.
Yeah. I stay behind the taller ponies. It's the golems don't have sight of me.
Milk Thistle is walking with a sense of regality. He knows he is supposed to be there, and there's no one who will challenge him so long as he stays within parameters.
You are led through the citadel, and taken up a few flights of stairs. It does appear this throne room, if it, whatever that turns out to be, is not on any of the lower floors. You actually have to ascend. You would guess probably midway up the citadel before
Stairs.
Yeah. Your feet do
my one enemy, stairs.
My one true weakness, stairs.
If it's all your weaknesses, everybody dies because of stairs. The end.
I'm sure that the Space Marines will handle it. Oh wait, no, they're their enemies too.
How did your party die?
We fell down a flight of stairs.
No. You just walked upstairs.
Yeah.
All right. You do eventually come to a large open floor that still shares the similar silvery colour that the city does have. Walking into the room, it looks to be a marbled floor as well as sort of marble pillars. At the far end appears to be a silvery throne that has a. I'm just trying to find her description quickly. Wait, am I looking? I'm looking at cities, Matt. That doesn't help me. Why am I looking at a city? I'm trying to find the person. Here she is. Right. You will see a white unicorn mare. Uh, Standing, standing just in front of her throne. She does have a youthful appearance to herself. Her long mane and tail consists of stripes of black, light purple, and dark blue. Um, she does. She's wearing very much very fancy, ornate Archmagos robes, and upon them there is a sort of like a symbol sewn into it, which appears to be a silver cloud pouring black rain. What does strike you is her eyes are a vibrant electric purple.
Mm.
But as you do meet her eyes, they seem somehow bleak, cold, and unsettling as you meet her gaze.
Question: do I recognize this pony?
No, you do not.
Okay, cool.
Just because she's kind of very off-putting, Alexander's gonna do the detect evil. Make sure she's not like human.
Alright. Bernd will use detect chaos as well, just to be sure.
And I am gonna throw my lance. Not joking.
Neither of you detect anything.
All right.
Milk Thistle slowly turns his head to the two of you.
The paladin one is merely looking at them. I don't know about the Chaos Knights one, if that does require casting.
I mean, it's the same thing as the paladin. So.
Is it a move action?
It's the same thing as the paladin.
Yeah, so they basically eye up the enemy, basically, rather than casting spells. So there is no outwardly visible things you would notice. She waits till all of you have gathered within a suitable distance before she then begins to greet you and welcomes. Greetings and welcome to my citadel. I am happy you could come by on such short of notice.
Well, it is rare to get such an invitation.
Well, it is not often that I allow just anyone to walk through the citadel walls. Normally, one needs to bring a rare relic, artifact, or knowledge to gain any sort of entry.
Yes, from my understanding.
Anyway, now the pleasantries are over, to business. You have definitely caught my attention as well as many others. And I'm quite certain you are, and my spies have told me of your speaking of the coming demon or shadow or whatever it is from the south. I have been noticing the clouds begin to build, and I wanted to find out firsthand from you directly what is going on, what you have, and what you need. Don't all speak at once.
Yeah. Sorry, I was
What-
sitting up there.
What we are in need of, Grand Magus, are ways of contacting the gods. We have managed to come across ways and have leads on how to encounter the others, but not all of them will cooperate. If you know means of helping us grow in this mythic power, that'll give us the strength we need to defeat the Stag Lord, who is the demon you refer to.
So that is what you need. And what of the other questions?
Have your spies informed you of the growing desire to reunify Everglow?
That goal is of little concern for me at this moment in time. I am sure you will go about that as you see wish, but it is unification or its ununification will not change the coming shadow.
The
Why do you
shadow
believe-
is. Sorry, you go ahead.
Why do you believe that, Archmagus?
Because if the empire fell apart after a queen died, then bringing them together for what could be the end of the world, I dread to think what it would do. Perhaps implode upon itself even worse. What is required is good individuals who can actually achieve something. Not somebody who obviously can't keep things together once they pass.
Sorry, quick out of character. What were the other two questions that she asked?
She asked. She asked you basically, what do you already know? And I've now forgotten the second question.
Basically, what do we want? What do we need? Is your basic question.
Oh, the basic questions, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, well, what we already know is that the Ruminant have taken out the heart of a god, and that is the cause of this demon who seeks to destroy our world.
They seem to be a troublesome sort, them creatures.
You know of the Ruminant?
From what I can tell, they're meddled in things that they probably shouldn't have meddled with, and caused their downfall, as best I can tell.
Well, yes, we are trying to undo the damage, and by doing so, we have been tasked by another Ruminant god. I believe the sister of the one that threatens to destroy us, and we seek to restore his heart.
I see.
Hint of Winter is the one who gave us this power. The heart of Everglow, which is currently in a secure location, needs to be purified. Perhaps that is how you can help us. Do you know by means of purifying the heart of a god to end its corruption and restoring an ancient god?
That I do not. Or at least nothing like that has ever been spoken of. Perhaps there is something within these walls that might aid you in such a matter. And it is certain I can put my researchers to work. We do have a number of texts on the ruminant, as well as from the elves and when they were upon this land.
Could we perhaps have access to these texts?
No.
May we have access to an individual who has access to these texts?
As I said, my researchers will begin work on this. If they do find anything of fruitfulness, you will be summoned. You may have earned the trust of the gods, but you have not earned mine. And there are things within these walls that should never leave or should never be known by an individual. And I see to it that no one gains access to that information. Because if within the wrong hooves, things will be even more unpleasant than they will be.
Can I send Smolders on her for that?
Yeah, you may.
Okay.
She sounded very direct and honest, honestly.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
you can still go for it. Go for it.
Well, Metu trusts her as far as she can throw her, and she is very short.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not a bad idea to have some sense of paranoia and caution.
Sadly, that needed to be blind.
Oh shit! I always forget this every time.
Because it's an opposing roll, so you don't know how well you did against theirs. So she's almost like a stone slate. You can't get any reading of her. So you are uncertain. Just because she seems to almost emotionless in regards to how she's portraying herself.
Gotcha.
If you don't mind a forward question, I would like to ask, well, to be frank, why are you the one to choose what knowledge gets passed down? Aren't you also just a pony, like infallible as any others?
She, you feel her gaze fall upon you, and she does give you a hard look.
Alexander will return that.
I just got to check to. Because since I have taken over this place, there has been little misuse of the magics within it, other than a few unwise individuals that were quickly dispatched when they were found. And anyone who works here have been put to use that should hopefully benefit ponykind.
Benefit Ponykind or benefit you?
Yeah, even Alexander is gonna kind of grimace at that, like, ooh.
Ooh, yeah, no. Burgess, he sort of looks at Metal Banana. He's like thinking to himself. Underneath his helmet, mind you, he's just like giving you the hardest stare he can.
She is not paying attention to you. She has her eyes gaze on sorceress there.
Have I stolen across the Empire and laid waste to those who would stand against me to siege control? I think not. Have I not attempted to summon what will potentially be the heroes of this land, should they succeed in the pretense of aiding them? What part of what I seem to be achieving seems to be self-serving and selfish? What have you done that shows that you are not using your powers for selfish needs? I am waiting.
I I think you already know the answer to that.
Still, you should speak it. She answered your challenge, you should answer hers.
Just
That's
as
what
I
I was thinking about.
just as I thought, you have no words. Then let's bring us back into the matter at hoof, rather than this tongue jousting that clearly most of you are not up for. Have
To
you
get
current?
back to what?
Oh, sorry.
To get back on point as you declare, Archmages, what will you expect in return for the aid you provide?
Should you come across any ancient text or other lost relics, be it dangerous or otherwise, I wish for you to bring it to me first for vetting. Should the knowledge not be of danger, it will be released and you may distribute it to your library. She says, looking at Wishful, who kind of shrinks a little. Should anything prove too dangerous for the current times, it will be sealed away appropriately, ready for when it will be needed or suitable for it to reach the eyes and ears of the pony kind.
Cool.
So
We have a moment to talk amongst ourselves for a bit.
You may.
Yeah, Alexander will look to the others. You know, this would be a great way to get rid of that bomb.
How do you
yeah.
mean?
What bomb?
How do you mean, Alexander?
Well, then they have the facilities to actually store it and maybe disarm it. And we're just kind of laying on it under Village of Town.
Yeah.
But-
Oh right, we didn't tell Metal Banana about that, did we?
No, he did not.
Well,
No.
There's a what? Under what?
No, calm down. There's
yeah.
zero need for you to be acting so childishly.
Childishly. This is a perfect reaction.
Calm yourself.
This actually is a good idea.
We
I
can
mean-
also let them know about that ruminant factory that has that radioactive. No, not radioactive. That's the word Alexander doesn't know. That poisonous thing that made Night-chan lose his hair.
Yeah, and they also might have access to. There's a possibility, if any, possibly very little, of any Chaos Knight records.
I'm not certain of any of this. I'm quite skeptical of any help that they could provide. The fact that they want to keep their secrets so well guarded and expect us to bring them the secrets we find instead of sharing them with ourselves gives me pause. Whatever we discover through our own work should belong to us.
This is true.
Even if
Plus,
that thing is dangerous to even us.
If we discover something that is dangerous, we have the means to secure it.
plus, she strikes me as the type to gain massively from this.
Well,
Then,
of course. Well, of course she is.
then, um, do the right thing for our kind. Then, she says.
I believe we'll have to make a decision on whether or not her help is worth the price we have to pay. Currently, I'm not convinced.
Me neither. I don't trust her.
I
She has she has a head sofa up her flank.
it as much as I agree, I will have to disagree. We could yes, we'd be giving up secrets of ours and whatever relics or artifacts or texts that were lost we would have. But she didn't say anything about copying everything down beforehand, before Hoof.
how 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 do we know that that she doesn't already do that?
No, he's talking about us copying things down.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I think she would know. She said she has spies around.
I mean, hell, even Milk Thistle's organization has spies.
Burns sort of looks to Alexandrite. You realize I'm in the
Yes.
nightmare as well. Alright, anyway.
And you don't believe that Amethyst was taken by them?
Amethyst is with you at the moment.
We
Oh, okay.
he slowly lets out a soft exhale before he states, "We had a talk. I can speak no further of it. At least not now."
So you guys have your secrets too. What's different than that?
Every pony.
Yeah. Sorry, go
Yeah.
on.
We like say it at the same time. Every pony has a secret.
I'm not saying we should turn away the Archmagus's assistance, but it shouldn't strictly be by her conditions alone.
Well, regardless, we still have a bomb that's just wild under our city. If they have the means to dispose of it or even use it against our enemies, then why should we not let them have it?
I do
For-
not believe it would be wise to use such a weapon. The level of destruction it would cause would likely scar the land almost as much as the Stag Lord would himself.
Well then,
A-
more reason that we should give it to them if they can dispose of it
but
or even contain it better.
but what's stopping them from using it themselves? They will not. They will not. They will not hesitate to go under the Stag Lord's level.
I'm
I
not
mean, have you
convinced.
seen the magic that's here? Like, we haven't had armies of golems rampaging through the land.
Silver Dream guards their secrets closely. Likely for good reason. At least they believe they do. Ultimately, I just don't see the value in allowing them to keep our secrets for themselves. Whatever
Oh,
we find on our journey should benefit Ponykind.
all right, fine. We'll keep our secrets, but let's get rid of the bomb here at least. If
That
that
one's a
thing were
tough.
to be found out, it would be a major weapon against us.
Mm, but yet we can't we can't trust them and to not use it. It's it's a risk either way.
What's that old saying? Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
If
But I,
we are successful in gaining the favor of the gods, we might be able to beseech them in disposing of it. I don't believe we need Silver Dream to accomplish that goal.
doubt out I doubt God powers can help from what you described what that thing is.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I mean I mean in our so-called godly powers it doesn't work to solve every issue.
Even the gods don't play around with mortal affairs, as we've found out.
So, I guess we have a decision to make then. Do we trust him? Or do we say no and try to do this on our own?
Perhaps we can ask them to prove their trust in some way. But I don't
That's a
know
good
about
idea.
that one. I don't know how
Then
they would.
but but then they'll ask to for us to fuck.
They'll ask us to show how they can trust us in return.
There you go.
Well, then we can give us some minor secrets that we don't need.
No, I don't believe that would be a wise decision. Let us see what the Archmagus has to offer us right now. If it is worth our time, we will consider accepting her aid. But she is merely promising us aid. She is not delivering any right now. At the very least, we can reserve our decision on whether or not to accept it.
Fine.
Let us see what she can offer us now and whether or not it will truly help us.
Will be worth it.
So Milk Thistle will turn back to the Archmagus. Archmagus, we greatly appreciate your hospitality in reaching out to us in Everglow's time of need. However, since you do not have anything that we need at this time, we do not see the value in reserving any secrets or found lost knowledge strictly for Silver Dream. What can you offer us now that will aid us on our journey of securing Everglow's safety?
No, I don't believe there's anything I can offer you now, as mostly what you seek is knowledge. And knowledge takes time to accumulate, as I now know exactly what you wish. But I can at least show you how things currently are. Step to the middle of the room. As she glides down the stairs, and you can see in the centre of the room there appears to be like a kind of like a glyph in the floor, which is in a sort of a magical sort of like pattern. And she moves to step within sort of the large ring that it is on the floor.
Alexander will move through there.
Burned will move
Can
as
we-
well.
Can we recognize what this glyph on the floor is for?
You would need to cast Detect Magic and spend a bit of time of looking at it.
Wishful Pin, would you mind identifying what this ring is for?
Oh, yeah, sure, I can have a look. I think none of that.
Why do you object?
Well, you either trust me or you do not. Step on the ring, or you may leave. I am not in the mood to have people scurrying around being afraid of every little step they may take forward. If I wanted you dead, you already would be.
I do not fear you taking my life. Only the nightmare will decide when it is my time to die. But that is why I put my faith in her, not inside of any other pony on this earth. Would you kindly tell us what this ring is for before we step into it?
Alexandra's just gonna step on the fucking ring.
No.
Yeah.
If you wish to remain
In-
outside, you will be escorted back to the courtroom, and we won't have any further dealings. Those of you who wish to actually accept help can remain.
Metu's gonna step on the ring.
Milk Thistle sees the party stepping onto the ring. He'll consider it for just a moment longer, and then he'll make his way back to the courtyard.
But
Yeah, he's stepping in the ring.
Wishful will stick with you. You will be escorted out, Milk Thistle, to the courtyard. You will have a guard who will watch you.
Milk Thistle will simply open up his profane text of the nightmare and simply read.
The rest of you, once Milk Thistle is taken out of the room, the doors will be closed, and the Dream Sorrow will look to you. Any other issues from the rest of you?
No.
Non-ponies, they always seem to be more difficult to deal with. She then holds out a hoof, and basically like a quarter, well, more like a staff appears in it. And she taps it on the floor, and the floor begins to glow momentarily. And within a moment, you're somewhere where it's extremely windy, and you are outside. You can feel the rush of wind blowing past you, and you appear to be on a flat surface, but you can very much see sheer drops all around you, and there seems to be four arching over like silvery kind of pillars, what all kind of almost link in the middle, but do not touch. You quickly realise you must be right at the top of the tip of the citadel. As you sort of regain your focus, each of you hear an odd whisper in the sort of back of your head. It's almost like something is telling you to accept its gifts, and you will receive power. At which point, Dream Sorrow will just call out over the wind, "Simply ignore the whisper. It is speaking lies. Do not accept it. I would hate to have to throw you off."
Alexandra will nod.
Burn will also nod.
I never trusted it. The words will win anyway.
It's not from the wind, it's from the tower itself.
Uh,
Cast your eyes to the south.
Alexandra will look to the south.
Burn will
South.
also look to the south.
She places her spear in, well, not spear, her quarterstaff into the centre of tip of the tower, and it seems to have a little slot it goes into. And as you focus, it's almost suddenly as almost a magnifying glass sort of enhances a small section of where you're looking south, and you can see almost as far as the desert to the south, where you see deep, dark purple storm clouds gathering and red lightning striking the ground. They seem to almost be viewing, and they seem to be covering a good portion of the desert region to the south. It's been spreading recently. Things are starting to get worse, and it seems to be picking up the pace. Whatever is happening or going to happen is likely to begin soon. So whatever you are doing, I suggest you hurry.
How much longer would you say we have?
I do not know. As it is not moving in a uniformed manner.
Shall be hard to contain.
I do not think you can contain storms such as that. But what is also of concerning is the land itself appears to be changing, becoming dark, almost black sand, and then to almost black glass. And upon it appears to be foul creatures that you wouldn't expect to roam the material plane.
Burn sort of blinks a bit as he says really calmly, if not somewhat softly, brimstone and sulfur. Just perfect. Is there anything we can do to slow it down?
I doubt it. I'm sure if you attempt to go down there to solve the problem, you're probably merely throwing away your lives. This may hopefully motivate you to double your pace.
Is there anything you can do to help us travel faster?
I can teleport you somewhere. That is probably the greatest thing that I can do for you at this moment.
It would be an option.
Yeah.
But we would need our non-pony folk help.
Well, sadly, he seems to lack trust.
Yes, that is his biggest flaw.
Well, let's hope it won't be to his detriment, shall we?
Fern sort of looks from her to the ever-growing storm to the south, and a blinks for a moment. Do you, by chance, know anything about the Chaos Knights? I wish there was some way that we could get True Quest here to help us, but I don't think that's going to be possible.
She gives you a look, and it's matters like that that are distracting. I believe you were tasked, as you said yourself, by a god themselves, and are attempting to contact the gods, and you wish to seek out the Chaos Knights. I think you should clear your mind of any other meaningless tasks and focus at the key one at hand, at hoof. or you
He
should find somebody else to replace you who actually will put their skills at use rather than trying to complete personal errands. I will help you achieve victory over this creature you call the Stag Lord, but any of your own personal quests or doings I care little for, and nor will I help you with.
he will not say anything after that.
There's an area in Blaze's Peak that we'll need to dive into to meet with Blaze. I can survive the diving into the volcano, but my companions cannot. Do you have anything for that?
You want fire resistance. There are things that will provide fire immunity, but only for limited time, and the chances are, if you are attempting to appease favour from Blaze, I doubt fire immunity will very much please her. I can get you there. There would be plenty of things that can provide fire resistance. If you require it.
Well, we currently have a goal in mind, but when we come back, we can pick that up. Give you time to collect it, and whatever information you might have. Is this agreeable?
This seems agreeable. I also expect you to bring something of value as well, to show your good faith.
Very well.
So let us return back to the throne room. As she takes her basically a position up, pulling out the staff from the centre of the floor, whatever magical effect she brought forward vanishes. And she stands there waiting, making sure everybody's sort of on the sigil on the floor.
Alexander, let's go to the sigil on the floor.
Birdwell as well.
As you guys begin to get in position, you do hear the whispers once again for a moment before you reappear back in the throne room.
Alexander will be steadfast and ignore them.
Yep, Bird will not listen to them.
Met will just cover ears.
That doesn't work, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's in your head.
It's in your head.
Well, she does it anyway.
No, that's fine.
Metal could also try counting random odd and even numbers like a card player.
She is just suddenly like yelling out of profanities.
Such a foul mouth on this one. You find yourself, you're shouting out while in the middle of the throne room.
Oh shit.
Hopefully, upon your return, your other party member will prove more trusting and less I was going to say superstitious, but that's probably the wrong word.
Yeah, it's like stupid and superstitious.
Yeah.
Which, if she's feeling catty, that would be a clever insult, but I don't know.
For now, tell him nothing of what you have learnt. That will show him that if he wishes to partake of learning, he will actually be part of the group.
Alexander is like, I don't generally like tactics like that, but I suppose it would teach him a lesson.
I'm sure one of
What
you...
she said?
Don't tell Milkfistle what you saw or witnessed, basically. I'm sure one of you will end up telling him, but attempt not to.
And you will be at our throats if we do.
That will prove of little use, to be honest.
No, she seems very pragmatic.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure meeting you, then. If there's nothing else, I will take my leave.
You'll be shown the... you'll be taken by the way out. I have
Very well.
matters to attend to now. If there's nothing else any of you wish, you may be gone.
Yeah, Burned, he turns and he's gonna, leave.
Alright, with that,
Before like Metu leaves, she'll say, "Hey, by the way, I prefer to say words without saying anything at all." And I leave. I just leave straight out of that. I don't even let her reply. I just leave.
fair enough. With that, you will all be escorted out, and you will find, I believe, Milkfistle there reading his book.
Milkthistle looks up when he sees all of you exiting. He'll close his book. I presume she told you that whatever your secrets she shared, you're not to share with me, correct?
That would be the way of it, yes.
Are we allowed to tell him that? Or is that telling something about something that we're not meant to tell him?
It would only confirm my suspicions. I don't think there was much to gain by coming here, honestly. We can find our own way free of her.
But there's one thing. We would need to hurry.
Well, then let us not waste time. We need to travel to Villa Town before we continue on our journey.
Yeah.
It's been, what, a week
And
and a
as
half
long as this
already?
trip into Villa Town is important.
We need to get those goggles that Nightshine had.
What does goggles even do anyway?
It lets us read and interact with...
We'll explain on the ship.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if the captain will be wanting to travel this late in the day. I mean, we didn't get here too long ago. What, an hour or so? No, maybe 2 hours ago?
I mean, does she like despise this place?
No, she's only able to function for so many hours.
You have a very capable captain there. She says that sarcastically.
She's capable of flying the ship, and that's good enough for now. We can still return to the ship.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can at least leave port.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. This place gives me the creeps.
That makes two of us.
Alright, are you guys making your way to the exit?
Yep.
Alright, so on your way out, you are stopped at the gatehouse that you went to when you first entered. and you are asked to return your visitor passes that you were given.
Alexander will take it off and return it.
Fern will return his.
Same here.
I imagine we all do.
Yeah, I assumed everybody did.
The invitation we've received, is that good for us to return, or should we expect another one?
If you are allowed to return, come to the desk, state your names and your business, and if you're allowed in, you will be on the list.
Very well.
With that, you guys will be allowed to exit the Citadel.
I will. I'll be right back.
Okay.
No.
You will be allowed to exit the Citadel, and the gates will close behind you. Oh, you will find yourselves in the very sort of large open square. Mostly everything's everything's coming to an end or has already closed up. There is some evening activity, but otherwise things are mostly quiet.
Well, Alexander will start making his way to the ship.
Bernd will make his way as well. He certainly has a lot to think about.
Alright, so you guys will all make yourselves way back to the ship. You will find that the captain currently is not on board.
How much would you like to bet she's at the Drunken Mare? Alexander will head towards the Drunken Mare after seeing the captain.
Unsurprisingly, she's in the same seat you found her in when you first arrived here, chucking back a flagon of some sort of beverage.
Ah, the exact same seat. That's impressive.
I had to chuck somebody off to get it. It's my seat after all.
Well, I hope you're up for some driving after all this.
Driving? Oh, I've been driving all day. This is my rest, and I'm come here for a drink. I'll drive you tomorrow.
Yes, well, sadly, we need to push up our schedules a bit. Things are a bit more dangerous than we first thought.
Well, you can best start walking then, because this mare isn't gonna push herself any more than she's already done. Another one! The bartender is more than happy to bring her another drink.
Alexander is going to take off his ring of substance and give it to her.
She has a look at it and goes, "Will this settle my tab?"
It's not for sale.
Why did you give it to me then?
It's so.
Or are you asking me to
sale.
marry you? I don't know, you seem a good stallion. Perhaps if you show me a good time in the sack, then I'll decide.
Wear the fucking ring.
It's a magical ring that will allow you to stay up longer. It takes a little time to go into effect, but with it you can drink for longer without needing to sleep, and you don't need to eat as well.
I can drink as far longer.
Exactly.
Um, with that, she seems convinced and puts it on.
Like I said, it'll take a week for it to take place, but to take hold.
Alex, surprisingly, you feel very hungry at the moment, almost like you've not actually eaten a decent meal for a while.
Oh god, yeah, just like
You okay?
yeah, just haven't eaten for a long while.
Yeah, I mean, you don't feel fatigued or drained or anything like that, but your stomach sort of gives a growl, and you definitely feel like it's fairly empty.
You y- you look like how I looked like when you first found me in that cage.
Yeah, Alexandra is going to look to the barkeep. Do you have any food?
I
I'll take it.
um he will just one of everything
Yep.
coming up.
Alexander, it's best not to eat too many food all at once, especially if you haven't eaten in weeks.
Yeah, I mean, your body's just sort of like suddenly going, "Oh, I'm hungry." You're not like
Okay.
fully starving or anything. You have been nourished through magical means, but
Oh,
whatever seems to suppress the "I'm feeling hungry because my stomach's empty" thing has gone. So you're feeling that effect, but you're not like malnourished or anything like that.
okay, never mind then.
Yeah, but you will
Just
be
angry.
nice and well and truly fed. And the captain will attempt to lace you with alcohol while you're sat at the bar eating.
Yeah, Alexander right now also needs to drink, so he'll drink.
I mean, she's offering you alcohol, so
Mhm. Yeah, I got the fortitude.
yeah, that's fair enough. And she's also attempting to chat you up as well.
And he'll give a pleasant conversation, but
I don't think
and
you'll
do
get
it.
pleasant conversation back, to be honest. She tends to be direct and crude,
Yeah.
and definitely offers to corrupt you.
Join the dark side, Alexander.
um, I mean, the cat. I mean, if you unless anyone's going to plan to drag her back, um, she will probably stay at the bar until probably about 10 o'clock. At which point the bartender will cut her off and indicate for you to probably get her back.
Yeah. Alexandra is too busy eating right now and drinking.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it'll be 10 o'clock at night, which will be on will be 4 hours from now.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll probably be well fed and stuff.
Oh, I forgot how good food is. Anyway, let's head back.
The cap-
Alexander will drag the captain.
yeah, the captain will be more than happy to use you for support.
Mhm.
So you guys will return to the ship of around about 10 o'clock, with you carrying the captain and feeling significantly groped along the way.
I'm in a happy relationship, thank you.
That doesn't
You,
seem to stop her.
Yeah, Alexander will just try to ignore it.
um, Alexander, I cannot carry her if she's been uncomfortable with you.
I'm sure she'll just be uncomfortable with you as well.
I I do not at at care much for that.
Blind ship. Debate.
And plus, I kick her head, and if she tries anything with me,
Oh yes, but sadly we need her for drive-in, so
Unless you know how to pilot.
I never even seen a flying ship.
well,
Well,
that's
guess
why we need her.
what? I guess we need her.
Yeah. I mean, you bring her back to the vessel, and I'm quite certain you would just basically dump her on the in her quarters, basically.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Um, Upon your return, Wishful kind of will look back at you and go, you were gone longer than we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, had to make a small sacrifice to ensure that we can move further, longer.
Uh,
Sacrifice?
uh,
Yeah, Alexander holds up his hoof that doesn't have the ring.
I
Oh,
see.
I see.
Uh,
Yeah.
Steele, I think there's one passenger too many.
Oh yeah, there's still a duck. Goodbye, duck. They are deed.
Gets thrown into the void.
Throw it overboard.
we just we just like throw overboard. Yeet.
Yeah, so you sacrificed your ring, huh?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully she can get some good use and mileage out of that.
But what?
Honest, honestly, it's best as for her to use it. She seems like the most, unfortunately, the most important member here.
Won't you just be more drunk more of the time?
That is also true.
Yes, but at least we can use her drunken state to drive us places as well.
Mm.
Let's just hope she can fly in a straight line then.
Or at least a semi-straight line.
She is worse as than my uncle.
I wouldn't have thought such a small pony could actually drink so much. While you've been sort of there, Milk Thistle, Wishful Pen's been trying to, well, at least sort of like talk to you and sort of trying to sort of go. You're not upset that obviously we stayed and you left or anything.
I do think it was unwise, but upset? No. You made the best decision you could with what information you had. The fact that you had so little, almost no information on what you were walking into is why it was not a good decision for me to do it.
Now we've walked into many other situations with little information,
Mm.
so it
But
didn't seem to be too different.
I don't know. I don't know if what she showed us was real or not, or just an illusion.
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes we have to. How should I phrase this? Sometimes, even with the little information we have, we do have to take risks sometimes, and that was one of those risks that we had to take.
Well, I kind of feel bad, like keeping a secret from our friend, and I mean, I feel like we should tell Milk Thistle everything.
he he gives a nod. Just
Well, I
we
mean,
need.
all you needed to do was give a nod, and Wishful Pen will more than happily share the details of what happened on top of the tower, and
Milk Thistle would raise a gentle hoof, and he'll ask the party, "Did you promise not to share this information with me, or were you commanded not to?"
More like commanded to, yes.
Yeah, it was just they just asked us not to. It wasn't held at gunpoint.
Definitely felt like it to me.
And will you bend the knee to this Archmagus,
we didn't.
or will you openly defy her?
What you said?
Will you bend the knee? Will you submit to the Archmagus, or will you defy her?
I I would rather I would rather slit at my own throat out than submit to her.
Really?
I mean, she didn't seem to trust. Well, I wasn't trusted the moment I walked in there, so I don't feel
Yeah,
that we should trust her.
Hmm.
yeah, all the things that we saw. I don't know. Metal Banana, I think, is right on the fact that that could have been a facade.
I mean, she won't know that she we've told you unless she's spying on us right now. Wishful Pen says, looking around slightly.
I think we better wait until we get someplace that's far away from civilization.
Well,
You guys do what you want. I'm going to bed.
well, that's not how magic works, Burns. Doesn't matter how far away you are. If 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 they can see you with magic, they can see you, even if you're on the other side of Everglow.
This is true.
Well, there is a room in the All Seasons Temple that is warded against such spies. If you believe it's important to share this information with me, we should wait until we arrive there.
Indeed. And
Well, Luminance is all about sharing knowledge and everything, and obviously friendship and all. I mean, it seems. I know it just seems against everything I know that she almost stands for. It feels so odd.
he, Bird is gonna give a gentle nod and, by the, when he finds the,
I'm sorry.
what?
Wait, what
On,
happened?
on my screen, I see Alexandrite's head pop up from the shadows because he came into line of sight, and then his head disappears as the door closes. Like, you guys are making too much noise.
Yeah,
Clap.
exactly.
That was out of character, by the way. I'm sorry, Bert. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Uh, oh God, what was I saying?
You had a hoot on Wishful Pen, and you were talking about secrets.
Right.
I'm sure.
What he's gonna do is he's gonna find like a good opening on the outside of his armor to where there's like no spikes that can impale her, and he's just gonna give her a reassuring hug. Everything will be okay. We just need to get our bearings and determine what to do next.
Well, we already know where we're going next, so should be fine.
Mm-hmm. You he's gonna rub his the back of his head a bit. You want to go and watch the stars for a bit, or is it what day is it? What is the cloud cover like?
Oh, eh, go back to the beginning of the day. I've looked too far back now. Long text, long text. Go back. It is clear skies today.
All right, he's gonna give her a smile as he takes off his helm.
Oh wait,
How
no.
would you like?
Sorry, wrong. It's torrential rain. That was the day
Oh.
before.
Ah, shit.
Ah, all right.
So it's been raining, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry.
take off the helmet and
Yeah, just like water flows down over his face. He's like, I think I'm gonna dry off and just relax in bed.
In the garden, it wouldn't have been torrential rain.
Oh,
just a little snippet that you would have noticed.
All right. He's gonna give her a smile and say, you wanna relax a bit?
She gives a happy nod and will happily sort of relax reading a book with you.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything anybody else wants to do for the rest of the day
No.
or evening, I should say?
Milk Thistle will stop calling me scammers. Milk Thistle will patrol the top deck.
Yeah, Metu will join Milkfist in patrolling. Before I grab in her cloak first, as the slow trying.
All right. What's the time? Okay, so let's jump to the morning then. Obviously, Burnt, you will go to bed at some point because you can't sustain yourself on faith.
Milk Thistle can.
Yep, and so can Wishful, and she is more than happy to stay up all night reading books.
I mean, Bird has a ring of sustenance, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it's taken effect, so you just need
Yeah.
to sleep.
Okay, so you can stay up and read books with Wishful then. And that's definitely not a metaphor. She is literally going to read books with you.
You guys are literally reading the Kama Sutra.
I'm burnt. I'm burnt as falls asleep with a book on his face.
Yeah, just like does that. There's like that little bead of drool just going down the center spine.
But the rain will stop roughly about 1 a.m. and the skies will clear up, and it will be a chilly day.
All right, I suppose someone should get our captain up so we could get moving.
Thank you for volunteering, Burned.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, he'll walk up to her cabin door and give a soft, well, not a soft knock, but a firm knock on her door. Captain, come on. It's time to get up and get moving.
Go away!
Sorry. We kind of need to get going as soon as we can. He's gonna open up the door a bit, look inside.
She's sprawled across the bed, still clothed.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, well, in the clothes she was wearing yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, they probably smell a little bit, so like he'll wrinkle his nose a bit as he goes in and says, "Come on, we can't be wasting time. We have a world to save."
Go away. Unless you're gonna keep me company, then let me sleep.
You like alcohol, right? I know a place in Villa Town where we can get you a decent amount of alcohol.
Tell me when we get to Villager Town.
All right, well, come on, get up. He says as he's gonna like, he's gonna mess with the bed a little bit, just like shake it. And he's just gonna do like minor annoyances to try and get her up.
She attempts to kick you and gets your arm is pointy.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no.
And she gets stabbed in the foot, and everyone kind of hears the screamers. Clearly, she just slightly impaled herself on your spiky armor. At which point, reflexes kick in, and thankfully, she's still quite fairly hungover. But the shot from the revolver that she has kind of like attached on a spring system horribly misses, and sort of bounces off the metal wall before the bullet comes to her rest.
Uh,
I mean, it was nowhere near
eh,
you, but I mean, the ricochet probably was a little bit close.
I know. And this is when out of character, I should stop playing around with those, oh, what are they called? Those weird, overly complex contraptions. The Incredible Machines, I think. Something like that. He's like, well, that was on your own.
Ah, you
Merit.
stabbed me, you bastard!
I didn't stab you. You kicked it.
You stabbed me.
Oh, please, get up. By this point, he straight up, he picks her up and finds a opening in his armor where he just tosses her onto his back and goes, we'll bandage it up when we get on deck. Come on. And he carries her out, full on, what is it called? Fireman's lift style.
Yeah.
Onto the deck, and he'll set her down.
I mean, she definitely object all the way up there, and when you set her down in front of the control, she's unsteady on her hooves, but she just glares at you, and he goes, "You owe me a lot of drinks for that."
Oh, of course. I hope you know not to kick my armor again.
Now I just
He
shoot
just-
you next time.
Out of character, bad. But yeah, he gives a soft nod. He goes, I'll go get a gauze wrap for you, and he'll head down below deck to like find the gauze.
Surprisingly enough, there isn't any, given that you have literal magical healers on the ship.
Oh,
Surprisingly enough, you guys don't travel around with those sort of basic first aid things.
right.
Unless-
Metu,
Unless anyone has a healer's
Metu
kit.
does.
If you've got a healer's kit, then you will have gauze.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alexander
yeah,
will just
yeah,
walk to her and touch her.
Oh.
Get the feet.
I mean, the captain gives you a look and questions if you wanted to have a touch. All you had to do was ask.
I will slap her.
Don't slap her.
But with that, you guys will begin your travels. So let's get to the world map. No, that's the Village Town map I'm about to wish you to. Oh, zoom in.
You know, next time I say that, I should get a picture of myself touching my nose to signal not it and just upload it to the Steel Game server.
How about next time I wake her up?
Yeah, how about next time you wake her up? You're the more
Um,
gentle between you and I.
He's just as spiky.
Metu would like have offered to like wake her up if you would have asked.
Yes, but I'm probably the one who's not going to do something horrible to her to piss her off.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Metu would have like flipped her bed to get her up.
I mean, to be fair, she kicked my spikes.
The bed will be fixed to the floor, so good luck.
By the way.
The last thing you
Alright.
want you to do is your bed moving while you're on a ship.
So to Villager Town then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys can move 16 hexes in one day.
Alright.
It's a fast ship.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Gone are the days where you can travel 4 hexes or 5 hexes in a day.
Or even 8 hexes. Now we get a whole
Yeah.
16.
Well,
Do not see Villatown.
Oh, do you
Everything.
not? It is.
No, the map continues to replace the fog of war.
Oh, it's really annoying. I have no idea why it's doing that. I mean, it's not doing it for me.
Yeah, I've got a very limited view, but we will be heading northwest to get to Villatown.
Yeah.
So I believe 2.
All right. So that will be basically you guys traveling for the full 8 hours. Now, obviously, you can attempt to convince the captain to go further if you wish. But like I said, you can either use roleplay to convince her, or you can attempt a diplomacy check.
I don't see a super lot of good reason to do it right now, at least.
I mean, aren't we on a timetable?
Oh yeah, but I like at most we'll get like 2 extra things, which we could just do that next time.
True.
Anyone who sees Villatown, can you calculate how many days it'll take us to reach it?
How many hexes equals a day?
16.
Alright, so...
That is a knowledge geography check rather than you measuring on the world map.
Alright, I can roll that. Blind?
Yes, because you're trying to gain knowledge.
I will help out Xandoid with that.
That's fine. You may roll a. Yours does not need to be blind because you're assisting.
Okay.
You have to be.
So
Yeah, just roll normally.
okay, cool.
You have to be trained in it though. So if you're untrained, it won't
I
work.
am.
Cool. Yep.
I am trained. I have 1 rank in it.
Nope, that's fine. That's enough. So yeah, you are able to give Alex assistance, and he will gain a +2 to it. Alex, from your current position, you're pretty certain it will take you a day and a bit, basically, to travel to the capital from your current location. So you still have at least 1 more day and a little bit more time to travel.
So, like I said, we could, well, I mean, we could split up the, how much we push on if we want to convince the captain now.
You might not be able to convince the captain the next day.
Yeah. Alright, I guess we can give it the attempt.
Alright. You using roleplay or dice rolling?
I will use dice rolling, because,
Cool.
I've got a big pain in my arm, so I don't feel like, coming up with roleplay at the moment.
No, that's okay. You diplomacy or intimidate, basically.
Yeah,
those are your 2 choices.
Intimidation.
I mean, it's an interaction skill. You can use it.
Yeah.
You better keep going.
So didn't need to be blind because obviously you
Yeah.
you will know if you succeed or fail. Yes, you are able to make her push herself a little bit longer to keep going.
Just say it's training for that ring.
It's what? Sorry.
Training for the ring.
She tells you to not push your luck unless you want to help her with other training. I need to check because she does need to make a skill check to not get fatigued. I'm trying to remember what they ever learned.
I think it was a con check.
I think so. I've got to just check the score, what the difficulty is, but I'm trying to remember what the thing is called. Because my brain's gone dead.
Or March.
Force March, that's it. And I just need to see how many hexes you can get in 1 hour. 2 hexes, okay.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Oh, did I go?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
dipped out for a few seconds.
Oh, did I? Okay, fair enough. Have I put a full character sheet in? I have. Woohoo, go me.
Also, have you rested?
Yes.
did.
Yeah, you guys have rested.
Yeah, okay.
You've been on the ship for 1 day.
Making sure.
Force march. Here we go. Okay, that one. So, DC that. Go. She's not her best. Okay. Oh, I did that privately. Reveal to everyone. So, she's definitely feels tired after 1, 2. So she will go 2 hexes. Boop.
Alright. Well, Alexandra could move her and take away her fatigue.
If you do, that will keep her going because your diplomacy skill would not keep her pushing herself any further. But if you remove the fatigue, she would go a bit longer.
Yeah. Well, he'll take away the fatigue.
Woo. Swift gadget. All right, she keeps going, and then so she has another.
I'd like a little note on how many on my mercies that I have on my layout.
I normally put them in the description so I can see what ones they are. Alright, so she push herself to go another 2, 1, 2. She then becomes exhausted because I'm pretty certain your remove the fatigue only lasts for 1 hour. So you remove the fatigue, and then she'll gain it back because she failed, and then she'll get your fatigue, the fatigue you removed back, and that will make her exhausted.
Yeah, I think that's. All right. After that, I'll let her sleep.
Yeah, because you would not be able to convince her to keep going. 1, 2.
All right.
But you got her to carry on until at least 6 into the evening. In regards to flying the vessel, roll me a D100 check.
All right.
I got it.
Okay.
66. The devil's number.
Oh hell, Satan.
God bless America.
Your
3 away from fun number.
yeah. The travel goes uneventfully today. Clearly, traveling by skyship is clearly the safest way of travel.
I wonder
That's
why.
why we're doing it.
Yeah. So the captain will have some of her reserve, but won't binge herself because she's not in the city, and then we'll retire. The rest of the evening, people can go about doing as they wish in the about things.
Alexander will probably just go to bed because he now needs that 8 hours of sleep.
You're like, I need sleep. Wishful will ask burnt, difficult questions.
Oh no.
Yes. So you basically is going sort of asking how much you actually do love her and stuff. Because she likes you a lot, and she wants to know if you have the same sort of feelings.
He'll give
If
her
you
a
could put it
nod.
by numbers, how much would it be?
She's not that bad.
Oh man, way to put me on the spot.
Yep.
Not a character, way to put me on the spot. God, feeling like Mo Howard here. He'll give a nod and he'll go, I love you a awful lot. I would lay my life down in order to protect you. I would take a bolt for you if one was shot. If he goes on a not so much a tangent, but he's pretty much saying yes.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Hmm?
You know, I got what you're saying. Uh,
Yeah.
with that, she will sort of like um, sheepishly go, well, we're heading back to the capital. Would do you want to make it official?
He he blushes a dark red. I mean, sure. Yeah, I'd like that. I'd love that a lot. He she clearly sees that he's not used to like showing his showing this sort of emotion given how he was how his previous lifestyle was mostly traveling around and dealing with small problems before he joined up with them.
Well, with that, she is she's really happy, and will give you a big hug and goes, "Well, we never know what might happen tomorrow, and I mean, I suppose it's best to live in the moment from the moment."
Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. He he gives her a bit of a sheepish smile himself. We should probably make the most of our time, and you know, if we when we make it through all this, I want to. He he's sort of having a little bit of trouble saying this, but he says, "I wouldn't mind settling, or I'd love to settle down with you and start a family."
I think I would enjoy that as well.
He's gonna hold her close, being that he isn't wearing his armor right now. And he's going to give her a bit of a playful wink. Uh, you want to maybe have a little bit of fun then?
Not until we're married.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Well,
He gives her a.
this is the
Sorry,
first time
go
you've
on.
offered her a little bit of fun, and so it's the first time she's actually got to tell you that she wants to wait until
Yeah,
she's married.
yeah. That's totally understandable. He'll give her a warm smile and nod, and we'll go. You want to go up and watch the stars in for a
uh,
bit?
you do have a clear night tonight, so you can.
Whoa.
Yep, he's gonna do just that with her. He as they're doing that, he's gonna use his profession astronomy and see what if there's anything different about the stars. So this is gonna be blind.
I don't think I've mentioned, but Alexandrite is sleeping in the bed that Lightning was sleeping in.
Oh no, I did notice because it was the bed you went to.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, there's nothing different out of ordinary with the stars and stuff like that. Um, uh, Everything's in the right place, sort of thing. But obviously, the brightnesses of things and what have you. Well, you're more no, you're not you're not like reading the stars and stuff. You actually like properly point out constellations and
Right.
and those sort of things. You don't deal with the
Yeah.
superstitious side of things. You deal with the factual side of things.
Yeah.
I do have to remember that.
Yeah. I have to remember that as well. Like, wait, that's astrology.
Yeah.
Totally different things.
Yeah. So yeah, you do a lot of stargazing. You can point out some of the sort of the key stars or the constellations out at this time of the year, and things like that. Um, which Wishful does enjoy.
Once this is all done and over with, and we can start living a peaceful life, I think I'm gonna enjoy all the fun little things that come with it.
I think I might write some books. I've I've learned so much that I can, I don't know. I feel like I can fill a small library with the stories I can tell.
He he'll give her a nod and wrap a hoof around her just to like hold her close. Actually, out of character, real quick, I need to double check this poetry book. I wonder if there's anything that would actually fit this moment. Just a moment. Is there are the northern lights showing by chance? Is there a aurora borealis going on?
No,
Hmm.
you are too low in the world to see that.
Fair enough.
Yes, it's right in the kitchen.
Uh, what phase is the moon at? Just out of curiosity.
I haven't got the moon phases in the calendar, I think, but I will double check. No, I'm a liar. It is a waxing gibbous.
Gibbous, yeah.
Gibbous, yeah.
Alright, so let me see.
I'm not very good at my moon phases, I will be honest.
He God, I need to find more moments to use this this Robert Service book. Sorry about that. He
God bless you.
Thank you. He's gonna recite a poem almost from memory. 'Twas a year ago and the moon was bright. Oh, I remember so well, so well. I walked with my love in a sea of light, and the voices of my sweet was a silver bell. And sun the moon grew strangely dull, and sun my love had taken wings. I looked on the face of grinning skull. I strained to my heart a ghastly thing. 'Twas, wow. Well, that was awful. No, fuck that one. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, he's gonna recite something by memory, just like off the top of his head. I really need to read these more and make sure they actually fit.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
There's reasons why I don't try to perform things and memorize them.
I mean, it can be fun. And it's
Yeah,
just,
it can be. It's just like, oh god, this reminds me too much of school. Need to read out loud.
yeah.
All right, well, no, it's fine. So you guys spend a nice evening and together under starlight. It is chilly, so you probably would have to bring a blanket onto deck. And
Yeah,
occasionally, Milkfist will probably walk around the deck, I would have thought.
He would walk around you.
But other than that, is anybody wanting to do anything in particular this evening?
No, not particularly on my end, at least.
Okay,
Nope.
let's go to the next day then.
All right. Alexandrite will get up and will wake the captain up.
Well, she's not had a chance to drink a crazy amount today. So, surprisingly enough, she's nowhere near as bad as what she was yesterday. So it's fairly easy to sort of get her up and going. Today, it has increased by quite a bit of temperature. I will just need to get the converter. A centigrade to Fahrenheit. It's 20 degrees or 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh.
That's a nice temperature.
It is scattered clouds, but mostly clear today.
All right.
It's definitely a warm autumn day.
Well then, I hope no one minds if I give praise to the Sun Queen?
Of course.
The Captain Wolf whistles at you.
Metal just rolls her eyes. That's it.
Alexandrite will blush a bit, but try to ignore it.
Well, you're just praising the Sun Queen in the nude.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a part of my religion. Shut up.
I mean, naked ponies is not too well. If you go out into like the more outskirts settlements, it's more likely to happen. But it's not like hugely like it would be in real life.
Yeah.
People will give looks and sort of stares the fact that you're naked, but it wouldn't be classed as a public indecency.
No,
You would
I
just be
remember we had to drag Nightshine out naked and acting like a horse.
yeah. People kind of will look down upon you a little bit, see you as uncivilized. That's probably the worst of it. I mean, if you're a very important figure, then it might be bad.
Oh.
Today you have obviously 19 hexes of travel.
Oh, nice.
19, what am I saying? Sorry, 16.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh.
My brain just went there.
You gave us an extra 3.
Yeah.
All right, so that would bring us to the top of that W.
Yeah, I think that might be exactly where the town is on that hex. Maybe. Oh no, it's okay. I see what it is. It's on that big square there. That's just a small settlement near it, which is that little building there. Okay. I'm pretty certain you could convince the captain to travel 2 more hexes for you, given how close you are to Ville, and the fact that the promise of beer that somebody offered her would keep her going.
Yeah. Remember that drinks that Burned promised you.
Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And she is, and I've brought it private again because I haven't changed it from off private. She will happily travel that distance without any issues. So 1, 2.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty much going to count you're there.
Yeah.
Before we arrive, Metu would like to speak to Burns in private again.
Yeah.
He'll walk with a metal banana into the bedrooms and just with the door closed, he'll lean against the wall and he'll go, "Yeah, what's up?"
Just wondering back at that head sorceress.
The Archmagus?
Yeah. What you meant as you need a quest from
He exhales a bit. I've been trying to seek out a pony, well, the codex to the Chaos Knights that were originally formed years ago by a pony named True Quest. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not gonna lie, the Archmagus kinda struck a nerve. She struck several, actually, but, he sort of motions, sort of like where you hold your hand out and it's like in between. And he goes, True Quest was the original lictor for the Chaos Knights. I've been trying to find its codex, see if there was anything that could help me in training them better. Anything that could enlighten me to the various other orders that might exist.
I think. Metu smiles at this. I figured. Uh, Let me tell you a little story.
Mm-hmm.
My my grandpa during the war.
Oh.
Yeah. Um, he was he was about to join the other ponies. He's into battle the humans, but
There wasn't any war with the humans many years
Yeah,
ago.
I was
oh,
like,
was there?
No,
Was there?
No.
it's
Yeah.
only
I
just
thought.
recent the humans have become that powerful to wage war.
Okay. I misheard last time.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. In the war, my Okay. Let me change it a bit.
You could just say a war.
I mean, there would
Yeah,
for military conflicts. There was conflicts sort of on the outskirts. The biggest problem were the orcs to the far west near Camp Nickelvie.
hmm Yeah. Okay. He was he was about to join other pony is against the battle of the orcs, but unfortunately their commander died in his sleep before giving out a direct order.
I see. So he says obviously listening.
And they were stuck. They didn't know what to do. Oh, they have no orders, no way of communicating, and they have to make a decision. Then, then something in they said I would never forget. What the commander would have said. What was he like before he died? And they made the choice. They got the civilians. They got the civilians out of town before the attack happened on town. Because of that, they saved more lives than taking lives. You, you see, Bernd. Sometimes you have to make decisions yourself from what lessons they learned. They can be your lessons.
I wish I could find some way to. I don't know. He sort of he sort of lifts a hoof and turns it about in the air for a moment. I wish it. I could. I don't know. Talk to
Have a
TrueQuest, I guess. Ask him for like just to see what kind of pony he was. Uh, but yes, I get what you mean.
some I'm sometimes burned, and you have to decide your own quest if there isn't a straight answer.
I understand. He uh he goes to open the door, but he stops halfway. By this point in the night, he's in his full chaos night garb. And he looks to you, Metal, and he goes, "I don't believe I trust the Magus. As wise as she is, something about her isn't right."
I I agree.
I I do believe we should not tell her or even go back if she does send for us again. And with that, he.
Met,
Hmm?
Metu, Met, Metu smiles at this and nods.
He opens up the door before silently exiting. Well, as silent as clonk, 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 clonk can be.
Yeah.
uh, and Metu, let's let you go.
Yeah, he does owe Swift Gadget a good amount of drinks.
Oh yeah.
So my question is, I know. Let's play the game. How much is Swift Gadget gonna raise up the bar tab?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's about the answer I would expect.
Right. Let's get us to the city map then.
So, how long has it been since we were last in Villa Town? Like a week and a half?
I want to say something like that.
Yeah.
Alright. Good, because Thunderclap's armor is now finished.
Is it a good time to mention that Metu sleeps naked?
I mean, the majority of us do.
Okay.
I mean, sleeping in armor gives you fatigue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Unless you save one of your lay-on hands for yourself.
And even then, it's only like an hour.
All right. Yep. So you guys would reach Vilja Town at roughly 6 in the evening. As your ship will come landing in the pond that you commonly commandeer when you arrive here.
Yeah.
Eee.
Milk Thistle will disembark and immediately make his way to Opal's Tavern.
Burned. The shops are still open, right? Or are they closed for?
They
night?
would be closed at this hour, I'm afraid.
All right. God dang! I need to find like cough drops or something. Bird is gonna make his way to Opal's Tavern with Wishful Pin and Swift Gadget, considering the fact that he owes Swift Gadget some drinks.
Oh, that's the old Swift Gadget. Goodbye, old one. Beep.
I like the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new one's good. Did Amethyst ever come back? And
Yes.
Did she find what she was looking for?
She was kind of really disappointed in kind of the. She was hoping to get into some of those big libraries and stuff, and sort of have a bit more freedom. But she behaved herself because she was coming in with you lot and didn't really want to push her luck.
Which, Alexander will talk to her and apologize that she didn't get quite what she wanted, but
She was, well, at least I know of the place and I've got a better idea what's inside, and I don't know, maybe I can get in there some other way.
hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello?
Did you not hear what I said?
She hopes to get in there some other way.
Yeah.
All right. So going into Opal's Tavern, is Opal there?
Yes, Opal's there behind the bar. We'll give all of you a wave and we'll go. Oh, I've got something for all you guys. As brings out a probably a small something wrapped up in cloth, basically.
Milk Thistle will take it and put it into his bag without opening it.
Mhm.
Was there anything else left for us?
Um, that's all I've got, I'm afraid.
Thank you very much. And Milk Thistle will take out 2 platinum coins, and he'll put those across the table for her.
Oh, thank you, Milk Thistle. You guys looking be staying in a room tonight, or?
I have accommodations for myself. I'll be busy for the rest of the evening.
I don't really need a whole lot of sleep anymore, so I'm probably gonna assist Wishful Pin with some reading if she needs any aid with the with researching the locations we have to go to.
Oh, well, I was gonna do some wedding plans.
Oh, right. I'll help you out with that. Shouldn't be a one pony deal anyway.
Jumping right into it.
Well, we don't know when we're
uh,
gonna next get back here, and well, no time like the present, I suppose.
If we stay in the night, I might as well get a room.
Opal basically offers you all free room and board, basically, if you stay there. Because of obviously group assistance and the fact that you helped to rebuild her tavern, and
After we accidentally got it blown up.
I don't think you did. You admit it to her? I can't remember.
I don't think we admitted it to her, but
Yeah, you helped her put it back together, and I mean your presence does kind of help business.
that is true.
Fuck, that's funny.
Alexandra is actually going to go to the All Seasons Temple, I think.
Yes. I mean, the All Seasons Temple is open at all hours of the day, so anyone can go along at any point. And Wishful is going to take you along, Burnt, as, well, where she wants to go and do some wedding plans would be with all the Seasons Temple and speaking to the luminance priests there and seeing about one of them doing the ceremony for you.
Fair enough.
Um, the temple is looking better. Most of the repair work is complete, though it's not like there's no massive hole in the ceiling, but they haven't. It's no longer got its like well crafted ceiling like it did. They definitely need to spend more time replacing the craftsmanship work that was lost. But they don't have a gaping hole where the rain comes in anymore. There are obviously the guards. You got the various wings. You have the Queen's sarcophagus with a few soldiers dressed in different uniforms than the all-season temple guard. What makes them stand out? There is no steel prison there.
Hmm. That
Um,
is.
but otherwise, the temple is as you remember it.
Uh, yeah, Alexander is going to take pause, not seeing steel next to his queen, and ask one of the nearby guards, have you seen Steel Prism around?
Is this just one of the temple guards?
Yeah.
He goes. He was here most of the day. I believe he left maybe an hour or so ago.
Does
Uh,
he have a room that he stays at?
I do not know. What I know is his his um, his squires have filled in filled in his position.
Oh, okay. Are the squires new? I didn't
Yes.
realize he had them. I didn't realize he had squires.
He's doing stuff with his time as well. You guys are doing stuff, he's doing stuff.
Fair enough.
They are new. You're not the only one with leadership.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, they have been filling in here a little bit more often now.
Oh, well, that's good. Gives him a little bit of a break.
Well, I mean, I questioned if he ever slept or even ate or drank anything, because he very much almost didn't leave this place or move. I mean,
Yes.
we're starting to think some of the time it was just a mannequin dressed up like him.
Is the Sun Queen head bishop in?
I would have thought so, but you would you would be hard pressed to get an audience at this hour. But if you inquire in the wing, you may be lucky.
I'll give the attempt. Thank you for your assistance. And Alexander will walk up.
Alrighty. Alex heads into the Sun Wing. Bert and Wishful heads to the Ascendancy Wing. I assume Milk Thistle, you head towards the Nightmare Wing. Not Nightmare Wing, the Night Wing.
Yes. And he will go into the Nightmare Temple. Milk Thistle, he would know that High Priest Midnight Vision doesn't awaken until 10 p.m., so he can prep for the midnight services. So he'll do his usual thing of tending to the temple, polishing the benches, trimming the candles, filling the water basins, all that good stuff that needs to be done to make everything look clean. He just immediately do it.
And I mean, you would also probably help general attendances as well, and various other tasks that priests would do within the temple.
Are ponies coming up to him and speaking to him while he's in there?
Yeah, you would do if you are wearing clerical garments and stuff. And I mean, given your holy self, you definitely would get a few individuals wanting to come to you and probably would ask for your blessing, that sort of thing.
Milk Thistle would tell those who ask for blessings that the Nightmare does not give her blessings or her gifts to those who simply ask. They must be earned through their own hard work. Stay for the night. Think and contemplate on what will be taught here. And then he'll lead them to a bench where they can sit down.
Right here. Anybody wanting to do anything in particular in the chosen wing?
We'll just wait for Midnight Vision to wake up so he can speak to him.
No, that's fine. Alex, then.
Yes. Well, Alex is actually going to ask for if the head priest is there. He's basically just going to kind of talk about what's been going on with him himself religiously, like his kind of dual faith right now.
Yeah, so you would, I mean, with you coming and asking to speak to him, he would, whatever he was doing, come and see you. If somebody of your unique position enters in, like yourself, then it's hard for the head bishop to just say no. So, he will give you the time that that you wish. When you say dual or dual faith, do you mean regards to Blaze and Sun Queen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like super taboo to be like, hey, can I worship two gods? Like,
No, it's not super taboo, and when they're similar or share the same sort of obviously wing and stuff, it can happen. Um, he will explain that often some prayers that are intended of the Sun Queen will go to Blaze because they are more fiery than what the Sun Queen well, would normally expect, and those will often go to the Sun Queen, and there will be those who do worship the Sun Queen, but before battle would uh, pray to Blaze, be given her nature. So, being of two faiths, there is nothing wrong with such a thing. Normally, though, if you follow like huge difference, like obviously night and day, then that can sometimes draw attention. But worshipping the two sun deities is of no issues.
thank you. That is a big weight off my shoulders.
He's happy to have helped.
I'm sorry to have called you out of your evening just for that.
Not at all. I am more than happy to have guided one of the chosen to enlighten to better understanding themselves.
Thank you again.
And
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
Sorry, yeah, that's all Alexandra really wanted. So,
No, that's fine. And Burnt and Wishful will be enjoying looking at various different sort of like sermons and options, and Wishful kind of wishes there was a bit more. There was a bit more time, but because obviously there's a wedding dress shopping and stuff like that. But I don't know. She's happy to do it, but part of her kind of like wants, I don't know, it to be a bit more grander. But she feels that that might just be, you know, a little bit
Yeah, no.
too flashy.
Yeah, he understands it. He'll put a hoof on one of her own and give her a reassuring squeeze. It'll be okay.
Um,
He,
she will turn around and say to you, when we're finished here, do you want to come and meet my parents?
oh, damn.
the true out of character, the true about meeting the parents. Like,
Yeah. We do not prove a Hell Knight.
yeah. No, out of character. Like that's the one thing I feared with my girlfriend in real life was meeting her mom and her stepdad, but they're both chill. Uh, he'll give a bit of a nod and we'll go, yeah, sure. I mean,
Um,
yeah.
She does ask if you could not wear the pointy, scary armor, though.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's a formal, not so much formal, but it's just being folks. But yeah, sure. I don't mind having regular clothes on for that. And being on my armor. He thinks to himself, invulnerable.
All right. Metal Banana, was there any major plans for yourself?
Nah.
No, just gonna chill, relax in Opal's Tavern, have a few drinks with maybe Swift Gadget, and not worry too much.
She will like grab her cloak and just like patrol around the city.
Okay, no, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I picture her going, just put it on Burned Requiem's tab. Then when he sees it the next morning, oh my god, you spent how much in gold?
Oh my god.
That's why you pay the bartender up.
That'll be 1,000 platinum pieces.
That's why you pay the bartender up front and say, when this money runs out, cut her off.
Yeah.
Well, I doubt she could drink that much. It would definitely be a few golds worth, but it wouldn't be anywhere near the thousands. All right. So Milk Thistle, yours is kind of the sort of next sort of big one, anyway.
Right?
When Midnight Vision awakes, he will be informed that you do wish to see him, and after probably a time of like waking, washing, and stuff like that, he will have you summoned to him so that you may discuss.
And once he's summoned, Milk Thistle will turn to the parishioners and let them know the sermon will begin in a couple of hours. Make sure you are here and that you are attentive. And then he'll proceed to the back rooms. You'll get to High Priest Midnight Vision's office. Knocks on the door.
You will hear his tone of voice calling you for you to enter.
He will enter, close the door behind him, pull back his cloak to fully reveal his face, and bow down low. Alpha.
How have things been? It seems that you have visited a few interesting places.
Yes, there is much to discuss. He'll stand up, pull out a huge stack of notes, because there's indeed much to discuss. Shut up, scammer. And he'll begin by pulling out the map, and he'll discuss the route that they took, how they encountered the Dwarven ruins, purged and purified the area, and then how they immediately found the Short Hooves village, the temple with the grain that the Sun Queen had informed them on, how they detected the presence of magic but nothing else, and then how they traveled to May's Reach, picked up Duck, her connection with the Short Hooves, and this missing god that he had messaged Midnight Vision about. The assassins, who never openly claimed allegiance to Kara. Oh wait, yes they did. Okay, so yeah, mentioning the assassins, that they were a pair of scissors, and then sisters, and then giving their general description so they could be identified if they come too close. But they left the forest, so they were permitted to leave. The weed being prepared into bread, the bread being given up as an offering, us taking bite, and then being brought to the doorstep of the Moon Princess, and the encounter that they had there, and how the Moon Princess actually set up the wheat so that she could reach out to mortals to help her find the missing god. And that there is a Dungeon of Sorrows at Dragon's Peak that we will be traveling to next. And in so doing this, we will likely never be able to earn the favor of Kara, but this missing god may be able to bless us. And that is where we intend to travel to next, once we leave Villatown.
He gives a nod, and he will question in regards to the release of the assassins, if they were in any way bended to your will, or to or if it was done in a way to aid your progress with anything.
They were bent to our will. We gave them ample opportunity to leave. They chose not to, so we were forced to use violence. In the end, they obeyed me. I ordered them to return back to their masters and tell them that they failed to stop us. One of them did not wish to bend, and so I threatened to separate her sister from her. It caused Alexandrite to almost go full paladin on me, but in the end he understood and the sisters obeyed. If we're going to receive open opposition in our pursuit of stopping the Stag Lord, then those in opposition to us need to understand that they are powerless to do so.
It does seem odd that Kara would attempt to step in your way when she has also offered her support for the task.
It seems as though this is a personal issue. The Moon Princess, very much like the Sun Queen, could not reveal too much. It seems, in spite of the Pantheon's power and influence, they have very strict rules they have to follow. All they can do is give us a hint and lead us where to go next.
As often is the case with most matters of deities. That is why much comes to us in dreams or in hidden messages elsewhere.
I did ask the Moon Princess directly why she wanted us to find this missing god, and for a moment she looked sorrowful.
Intriguing.
But her sadness left her quickly.
Was you able to work out what sort of sorrowness?
Out of character, I'm trying to remember if I rolled sense motive on the Moon Princess. I don't think I did.
I don't believe so.
No, I don't believe anyone did. The reason
Would you?
everyone sort of picked up on it was because it was a momentarily sort of point where her normal sort of stoic self sort of broke a little, and some emotion was allowed to come forth, but no one did attempt to intrigue further. Probably out of politeness more than anything.
Well, now that the question's been asked and Milk Thistle is thinking on it, would he have a chance to roll sense motive retrospectively?
No, I'm afraid not. It would be in the moment.
I don't know precisely why. The only thing I can fathom is that it's something personal for her. And if the worshippers of Kara are trying to stop us from finding this god, perhaps it's a rivalry between Kara and the Moon Princess. She didn't say, and if I asked, she might not have been able to.
Perhaps when you come across this missing god, they perhaps will share. It'll be interesting to know the dynamic that is going on here. It might prove useful.
The Moon Princess herself did not offer us any aid in fighting the Stag Lord. She did not offer us any new mythical power as the Sun Queen had. But she did say that the new god once found would likely be willing to, and that once we complete this task for her, she'll contact us again in the future. So the Moon Princess seems interested in helping us gain power at least.
It's probably as this was something set in place some time ago, and is not a form of her contacting mortals, but more of a way for mortals to learn more of a task that she wishes them to complete.
Well, she has chosen us for this task.
Well, perhaps it is because you found the task, as it sounded like you had to find this wheat first. So see what
Oh, and
you can learn from this new deity and what powers it will bring. Perhaps you can bring them under the nightmare. If they are strong and can stand on their own hooves.
respectfully, High Priest, I don't know if that would be possible.
That was my worry.
This missing god seems to be the embodiment of love, but not the way Kara represents it. Kara, interestingly, stands alone in the All Seasons Temple.
She does.
Nightshine, before he left, he and I traveled to the Kara Temple, and we had noticed that the murals in the stained glass windows had been altered, that there was fresher paint on them that had changed the story that was being told. I believe this missing god used to be a part of this All Seasons Temple, and that's why Kara is keeping them hidden.
Perhaps, perhaps you should investigate the temple, see if there is any more hidden clues. Though you probably would gain more attention to yourself walking into the Kara temple, unless you have a good reason to visit. Or wing, I should say, rather than temple.
There is perhaps something to be gained. Kara does respect power. If I were to walk in there, it could be boastful and arrogant, but perhaps they will reveal something.
It is possible. Sometimes, if you are more direct, you can catch your opponent off guard.
I think if we show a sign of unity, if those of us who have been touched by Hint of Winter go to the Kara Temple together, that would have the most impact.
I would agree.
I'll see if the others are willing.
I'm,
We'll offer our. Yes, go ahead.
I said, I'm sure if this is in task of helping this missing deity, I'm sure they will join you in this.
If it is Kara and agents of Kara who are trying to keep the god hidden, they will likely impede our task further.
It's entirely possible. There's only so much they would be able to achieve without causing great harm to you or one of your companions, which would strike me as odd given the circumstances, as they would make enemies of, of all the other deities as well as the temple itself.
May I ask something of a personal nature?
You can inquire.
When we reach the peak of out of character, what was the Sun Queen's mountain called?
Ever-reaching hoof.
When we reach the peak of the ever-reaching hoof, and we were able to speak directly to the Sun Queen. She gave me some advice, unsolicited, but I wasn't going to turn away the wisdom of a god. She recommended to me that my life did not need to be fully dedicated to my service to the nightmare, and that I should seek personal pursuits. This took me aback, as to do so would be antithetical to everything I've done in my life since the nightmare has chosen me. I have desired that my will be her will and my actions be her actions. I wish to see her power and influence grow, and if I were to pursue my own ambitions, it might take away of my duties to her. But still, it's a God's wisdom, and I'm not sure what to think of what she's told me. What do you believe?
What you must understand about, well, each deity, each of them have their own ways of looking at such things. So, the Sun Queen's, what's the term? Uh, both each deity has their own ethics and what was it, anathemas? That's an anathema, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Have their own anathema, and one of the Sun Queens is forgetting that life is to be enjoyed, um, or stopping others from showing what they have to offer. Also allowing darkness to thrive or be unkind to the good of heart. And I have a feeling she is likely drawing upon forgetting life is to be enjoyed, which often points to, yes, work is important, but you should live your life. And that is the Sun Queen's point of view on matters. Just because she disagrees and thinks that you should stop and potentially find loved ones and have families, that is her idea of how one should follow or worship her. I mean, as long as you always can, as long as you live by the nightmare's edicts, always consider the vows of your enemies, and do not let talent go to waste, and allow your inferiors to risk themselves so that you can look at the larger picture, and never show fear, never give mercy without a heavy price, and don't depend too greatly on others.
And as he's describing this, Milk Thistle's expression goes from self-doubt to hardened assurance, as if he's, like, remembering everything he's been taught all these years. Yes, Elf. Thank you.
You are, in my eyes, following the nightmare's the nightmare's teachings well. Other gods will always offer alternative ways of looking at things. They are not right or wrong. They are purely alternative. And why the Sun Queen's advice wise, I am sure, may not match up with your way of life or thinking. It may work for her followers, but not everyone. So do not dwell too deeply or too much on those words.
I will not. Thank you for your patience, Alpha. And I know you have been patiently waiting to hear of our trip to Silver Dream.
Yes,
It
I,
was
I know some information, but it'd be interesting to learn more.
it was not as productive as I'd hoped, and I imagine the Council of Villatown and you will not appreciate hearing that. In short, the Archmagus wanted exclusive rights to keep whatever secrets we found, and that it would be held and protected in Silver Dream. The Archmagus, while perhaps well intentioned, she intends to keep every magical and ancient secrets within the tower, within Silver Dream, and that it is only to be shared with all of Everglow, with the other ponies, when she deems it appropriate.
Hmm. That certainly sounds like somebody is attempting to bring together powerful items or relics for their own intentions.
She had called us there with promises to aid us, and so once we returned duck to May's Reach, we traveled south, and we were permitted to speak to the Archmagus directly.
Well, that is must have been an honour. I hear she very rarely grants ordinances, or uh, very rarely grants an audience to anyone who visits. Tends
We
to
were
be
invited.
more recluse.
We were invited by her directly, so that is why we were able to see her. Unfortunately, she had nothing to directly aid us. We told her that we were seeking more mythical power and that we wished to purify the heart of Everglow. We did not tell her where the heart is, and she refused to give us access to her library. She was especially suspicious of Wishful Pin, considering that she worships luminance.
Hmm. Wants to help but does not want to share. Clearly, there are secrets that she does not want um, others to know within her walls.
Precisely. And toward the end, she commanded us to step onto a circle. I was highly suspicious of all of this, and I made a simple request to Wishful Pin to analyze the circle so I knew what I was stepping into. The Archmagus refused to permit that, saying that I would be expected to trust her, and if that I could not, then I would need to leave her palace and wait in the courtyard. I chose to leave.
Hmm. Well, that sounds like a power play to me. Perhaps it was a stance on, well, her attempting to show her power, and if she could, well, prove dominant over all of you, showing
The
how
rest of
much you might have needed her.
the rest of the party chose to enter the circle. Alexandrite showed no hesitation at all. After I left, I did not see what took place. However, once we returned back to the ship, they showed an interest in sharing what they had seen. And there is a lot of doubt amongst the party whether the Archmagus is to be trusted at all.
Well, if she's an archmagus, she knows a lot about the matters of magic, but it is highly unlikely that she'll know nearly as much in regards to the divine and gods. So it's likely that she's not able to help in the matter as greatly as she would have liked. Perhaps she was hoping you gained your newfound powers through other means.
My instincts tell me she merely wishes to use us as pawns, and I decided not to be part of her game.
It is possible. We'll let your companions put themselves at risk, but stress the need to keep as much from her as possible and letting her share what she has first, and maybe trickling a little bit of good faith her way just to let her open her doors a little bit more. Once you have your hoof through, it'll be easier to squeeze your. It'll be easier to get a glance what is lays behind, and perhaps their goodwill might grant you more of an access without sharing anything. But
It will take extreme levels of discretion to do so successfully.
I would
My big
put yourself at the forefront of working out what should be shared and what should not. Don't let them decide, as they are likely make the wrong decision.
Yes, Alpha. Whatever secrets we find, whatever ancient artifacts we find, I intend the Nightmare to learn it, and if possible, to keep it secret, until we decide that it is time for the Everglow to receive the knowledge.
Boy, doesn't that sound familiar?
It's different when I do it. See, I actually have Everglow's best interest in mind. I'm not selfish like her.
Oh dear.
Uh,
Pony knowledge for ponies.
Or in this case, goats too.
Well, the point is, out of character, of course. The point is, Milk Thistle is he genuinely believes that the Nightmare's influence is going to help Everglow gain the greatest amount of strength, because the long goal in all of this, unifying Everglow, bringing it back under a centralized government, is to gain enough strength and power to overthrow the humans and retake the land and completely drive them out forever. That's the long-term goal.
Playing the long game.
Yes. Thinking decades ahead, perhaps generations ahead. But it's going to be through fear, tyranny, secrets, assassination, whatever it takes to maintain absolute control over the situation is what Milk Thistle is willing to do. And that includes, diplomacy, friendships, sharing of resources. So long as it meets the end goal and gains the most amount of power, that's what he's going to do.
For the greater good.
The greater good.
Greater good.
I thought you guys hate the greater good.
I need to sit down and watch that movie, actually. What is that, Logan's Run?
Was there anything else he was going to say? I take it from here you are travelling to Dragon's Peak and moving on to find and release this missing deity.
Yes, Alpha. We must grow in power and be ready for the Stag Lord. And ultimately, we must learn how to purify the heart of Everglow.
Yes.
If we can purify the heart and return it to the Stag Lord, we might be able to bring him back to his former self and reunite him with Hint of Winter.
there has been little success in finding anything else, anything about the heart of Everglow. The tomes that I have had looked through and the access in the Luminance Library has yielded minor minor indications of what the heart of Everglow was, but nothing much more substantial than that.
Is still Prism keeping it safe?
As far as I'm aware, he seems to have branched out and seems to have recruited or started training a few squires and has taken on another fellow knight to assist him in his watch over the Queen. He appears to be settling to stay for some time, which is good, which means we can keep a closer eye on him and the heart.
And what of Lord Crystalheart? Has he continued to honor his responsibilities?
He has left Villager Town and has travelled to your, I was going to say homeland, but I think that's the wrong word. Travelled to travelled to your home city to extend the olive branch and begin negotiations to bring Clovenheim once again within a open friendship.
Good. And is Thunder Rider traveling with him?
I believe he did travel.
Wait, Thunder Rider.
No, you mean Lord Skystriker? Yes.
Yeah.
Lord Skystriker has travelled. I believe he insisted upon the matter as he wished to take part in bringing more places into the fold.
This is exceptionally good news. Working together as diplomats will likely show Lord Skystriker that Lord Crystalheart is the better choice.
Mm. There was also a council vote as well to to begin a unified council of settlements for the moment, or I believe they called it the UCS. So far, you have at the head Crystalheart, who will represent the capital. We have the Strongheart fellow from Galloping Dam. We have the general from St. Moon's Reach so far. So things are slowly growing, and they will discuss matters that will affect everybody. But things like working on mutual defence pacts and better trade between each settlement will make each of us stronger.
This is excellent news.
It is still in its infancy, and there is still much to do and much to plan.
Have any of the other settlements reached out to Villatown? Has word spread to them to let them know that this is what is occurring?
News still travels very slowly outside of most settlements, so it is unlikely that news will reach them unless we bring it there. And even then, it depends on how much their leaders are listening. But I believe you made contact and informed the council about cerulean tides. I believe your reports indicated there was a strong workforce there looking for work.
Yes, many skilled craftsmen who lie in squalor with nothing to work on.
Well, perhaps they will be the next prudent choice after making connection with Clovenheim. I'll be sure to suggest that to Crystal Heart if he hasn't already made plans for it.
I can send word to him tonight.
He might not be awake at the later hours, given his time with the Cloven. He may have to adjust to more common folk hours when he is away on business, but if he's awake, I'm sure he will listen.
Has he shown... Thinking out of character for just a moment, I want to ask. I'm wanting to ask if Crystal Heart has shown like a sharpness and intent, like a real embodiment of what the nightmare is teaching, or if he is still very reserved in how ambitious he wants to be.
He is definitely learning, or has learned well, not to show fear, or not to let fear hold him back from his tasks. I think he still needs to understand a little bit of fully knowing one's enemy's values, as I think he still sees the Duchess as too much as an enemy, and does not see how well she can work as the tool she is, if manipulated in the right way.
Speaking of the Duchess, has she done anything to hinder our plans? Or is she still being kept under control for the moment?
She has lost a lot of the strength. She still holds the head seat on the council of Villager Town, and will carry the strongest voice within the city itself. But Crystal Heart will speak for the city upon the wider stage, though he will have to work closely with her, at least over the council. She still carries much influence and power within the other members, and it's likely in time she might sway them to a little bit more of her thinking, but it will take her some time and cost her quite a bit of capital if she does. But she will find it hard to try and move against him in any way at the moment.
Excellent.
As long as there's no big fails for him, then he should be fine.
Has there been progress toward the food shortages in Villatown?
Until the next harvest comes along, we will make it through this year. But as long as the harvest is not poor, we should be fine.
If we are going to grow and expand, perhaps the workers in Cerulean Tides could work towards building farms.
It's possible. There is a strong workforce of farmers around the city. It is more just the failed crops and the poor weather in parts that has caused most of the issues. As long as the some say that they are tied with current events, and if that should be true, as long as current events are dealt with, and that should prove that should help us stabilize the food shortage. If they are not connected, then as long as we don't have a bad year, we will be fine. If there is a bad year, difficult decisions will need to be made.
I believe that is all I have to report on, High Priest.
There is much to ponder. I'm sure you will learn more once you have discovered and learnt more about this missing love goddess. We shall hopefully. We should hope that she proves useful for the tasks at Hearth. If there is nothing else, then you are dismissed for the evening, Milk Thistle.
And Milthus will rise up, give a deep bow. Oh man, what are the... Oh, here they are. See your orders fulfilled, High Priest.
Actually, I've been trying to find them as well. I can't remember where I posted them.
You posted them in Icy Room's quotes. Down at the bottom.
Of course I did. Icy quotes. Oh yeah. Results note. We rise as one.
Then Milthus will rise and step out the office.
Dun dun dun. All right. Any other sort of key massive events other than Burnt meeting Wishful's parents that he sounds like he's probably very scared about?
Yes, I think we can move on to that.
Oh dear God.
Don't we just get some popcorn?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Mhm.
What? Sorry, go on.
I'm sorry. Does that need to happen tonight, or can
No.
we save it next week?
No, that can be saved for next week. I did admit I did not realise what the time was. Quite
Yeah,
a number of bits of interesting sort of small sort of like role play bits, which is kind of cool.
yeah, and I appreciate everyone allowing me to have so much time at the end there. I really enjoy having one-on-one time with Midnight Vision. He's a really cool character. But despite Milk Thistle's evil, conniving ways, he really does have the best interest of Everglow in the forefront of his mind.
Yeah, my apologies if people have heard that puppy barking in the background.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's all good. But I hope you all had fun. And next week we will be torturing Burnt with meeting the parents.
I hope our parents are extremely Jewish. Ooh, or Asian. Ooh, Asian Jews.
Oh no.
Those are the best parents for a young man to meet.
I got to play another character's parents, and I did this Jewish mother.
Oh dear God.
It was lots of fun.
Well, I'm not.
I bet it was.
I'm not going to tell you about them, but hopefully uh, you won't be scared too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
Milk Thistle's parents are like blue collar Jews, like very quiet, very patient.
It's like, parents, that would be nice to have. Do 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 do.
And I love
as
having both of my parents be proud of me. Feel free.
check out the Steel Game channel in the Ponyfinder server.
Yes.
Very much.
Yeah, as always, thank you very much for GMing for us, dude.
Yeah.
You're doing a
Yep.
great job.
That's
It
fine.
was very fun.
Well, hopefully, once you get back out on the road and start adventuring again, it will kick off with a little bit more actiony. But this is our sort of. I have a feeling we go through a bit of action, then we go back into a bit of role play. So this is our role play section.
It goes from action to slice of life back to action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
has a good, interesting mix.
Do we
But
get
yeah.
do we get any experience for this session?
Not
Oh.
this session, I'm afraid, because this is kind of like I said, the little bit of like winding down before you start winding back up again.
Yeah. Generally, we need to turn in things to get
Yeah.
the big EXP.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I mean, if we're being technical, Milk Thistle is writing like
Oh yeah,
multi-page reports and like all types of footnotes and evidence being turned over to a secret society every single time he comes back to Villatine. That's got to count for something.
I mean, it would if I was doing individual XP, you would be earning the individual XP, but it is going as a group stuff. So you're building the strength of your. I'm trying to remember. No, what was the faction basically? So that's kind of your where your bonus points are going towards is helping the nightmare, improving strength and what have you, because obviously they're starting to expend the influence is being shown obviously with Crystal Heart doing more, being more of a figurehead, and I mean he's come a long way, but from that being that snivering noble who was living off his grandfather's money.
Yeah, who locked me in the stockades because I hurt his feelings.
Yes.
And yeah, to be fair, yeah, the Archmagus was right about the needing focus on the task at hand. Doesn't mean she's not a total bitch.
No.
I mean, people can be like assholes and still be right.
Yeah, but I mean she's still a total bitch.
From Milk Thistle's perspective, she's not a bitch, honestly.
No,
She knows what she's about. She knows she's making the right decision for herself. It just conflicts with Milk Thistle's motivations. She wants all the secrets for herself. Milk Thistle wants to use any secrets they find to grow the nightmare strength so that Everglow gets stronger. And he trusts in the wisdom of the nightmare far more than he does in Silver Dream.
Yeah.
So he doesn't think she's a bitch for that. He just thinks that she's wrong.
yeah. Like Alexandra said, she's very pragmatic.
Yeah, I mean, in character-wise, yeah, I can see where, he can see where she's coming from. As a player, I can see that, but at the same time, it's like personal conflicting things for me. So
Yeah, I mean, she's introduced herself at a late stage, so she doesn't necessarily have a lot of standing with you guys. So that is part of her problem.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, Alexandra tried to get in before and he got arrested, so.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why Metu didn't mention she's with the Order of the Shield, because she might take advantage of that information.
I have a suggestion for the party, and I want to get your honest feedback. But pardon me, not Metal Banana, but Burned Requiem. I think you'll be on board for this one, especially.
Mhm.
We should all convert to worshiping the nightmare.
Nice.
That way, all of the string pulling that Milk Thistle's doing in the background that your characters aren't privy to, we all get XP for it.
I mean, you
It,
forget
it's
that
a,
Bird is a member of the Nightmare Temple.
exactly. See, half of us are on board. If we show unity and strength by all worshiping the same God, we are going to really have a major impact and grow in strength at the same time. This is a win-win.
Yeah, I think at that point I would just, walk up to the in the temple and then just yell my armor to turn on.
Oh God, this entire debate and this argument is just like totally an Archer thing. No, Cyril, I'm not converting to the Nightmare. But Archer, come on, it's nothing but keeping secrets. Screw you, pencil dick. All right.
Let's see, Alexandra. There's a plate for you in the Nightmare Temple. You like being a paladin, right? You can be a lawful evil paladin. It's called a tyrant.
I mean,
If
What?
you're,
she
Go
will
ahead.
accept you as a lawful good paladin. You have a special use.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
You see, your Alexandrite is actually very good at intimidating the right people.
Mm.
We just need you to intimidate everyone. Merciless, brute force obedience from the masses is what you will specialize in. Doesn't that sound like fun? Can't you get in on that?
Yeah, be a dog of the military.
That's why we wear dog tags.
Yep. So, funny enough, I found the poem I was looking for. It's just not in the book I have. I'm submitting it in the Steel Game servers out of character talk. That's what I was looking for the entire time. But no, the one I chose was like fucking nightmare fuel. It's like, how did I think that the poem Premonition was gonna be adorable? I guess it's the way it started,
I
but
don't know.
you know,
As a nightmare follower, it might have been.
yeah,
I mean, you can always hold on to this and recite it as part of your vows for the ceremony.
Yeah.
yeah, true.
You might want to consider your wedding vows because there's a strong chance it might happen next session because
There's a strong chance. Oh, is the strong chance 100%?
well, I mean it depends. I mean stuff might happen and it might have to wait a little longer. But if anything,
Yeah.
unless anything major happens, there's a strong chance you'll be getting married.
Yeah, he's like, in his mind, he's just like parents. Why must it always be parents?
Yeah. I can't wait to see Milk's reaction when Alexandrite comes out like, yeah, I do now worship two gods.
I'm not too keen on that. It's been explained to me why it works. I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't like it. Pick a lane, stick to it.
I mean, to be in all honesty, like if you want to worship every god, that's why you go with not pragmatism.
Oh,
Is that one?
to give you an idea of what Blaze's edicts is let no slight go unanswered. Suffering is to be shared as a lesson. So, death is a lesson rather than a mercy.
Well, I mean, as someone who's died multiple times in this campaign, sure.
Respect a battle well fought. Know your enemy. And
Okay,
her,
yeah, I think I can go through all that.
So,
and her
like,
negative ones are turning the other cheek. Be the first to withdraw from any conflict. Forgive those who have harmed what is yours without extracting vengeance. Be unprepared for violence. those are the negative things. You don't want to be doing any of those.
All right.
All right. So how do you balance the Sun Queen with the pony version of corn?
Well, give you an idea of the Sun Queen's what you should the edicts and aniphemas. Oh, I can never say that word. So her edicts is strive for your best, help others understand their potential, see the goodness of others, and stand firm against darkness of the soul. And her the negative side of things is forget what life is. Forget that life is to be enjoyed. Stop others from showing what they have to offer. Allow darkness to thrive, and be unkind to the good of heart. Sorry, be unkind to the good of heart.
What's hard for me to wrap my head around being able to potentially worship the Sun Queen and Blaze. They're not even two sides of the same coin from my point of view.
Yeah.
They're completely separate coins facing on opposite sides. You know, it's to be lawful good, but also chaotic evil is schizophrenic, to be honest. Like how can you balance that as a character?
I mean, the way Alex has sudden moments of sheer rage kind of sort of leads to how I've kind of been seeing how it would work, actually.
Well, see that's still kind of a confliction though, because even a righteous kind God can have moments of righteous fury.
Yeah.
Where moments of pure destruction and evil has to be smited. That is a kind, forgiving God's anger shining through the paladin.
Yeah.
When you smite the evil.
Alright, I will see you guys later. I need to go on my walk and exercise.
No worries. Oh, and I probably should stop the recording.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well,
We're having religious debates.
Is it still going?
Yes, I've left it on by mistake.
thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next time on the End Time.